Hello, everybody. Alright, we're going to be concluding this game tonight. We are close to the end of this area, and then whatever the heck comes after that. I don't think I had to sell anything here.
I've procured some new items for you, Mr. Winters.
Oh, I do? Okay. That's right, I went on a little excursion for that one thing.
Bits and bobs? I see.
I think I'm gonna save for the inventory space. Yeah.
I look forward to seeing the fruits of your exploration.
Just finished the medium. What did you think of that game? I've seen a very little bit of it. Okay, so in order to open this, I've got to go back down to the first floor. Right. If they let me. Oh, wait, how do I... Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, I select where I want to go. PC version's rough. Can't handle that dual processing of two games at once, huh? Yeah, I'd imagine that's pretty rough for anything but like top of the line PCs.
It's dark.
This is where I'm supposed to go, right? It's dark, thank you, Ethan. I definitely noticed that. Yeah, I know I'm close. We're finishing tonight. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, shit. God damn it. Well, I think that's how I'm going to handle every one of these from now on. I have to remember how to get back to the mold making room. How did I get into Italian horror movies? When I was younger, I saw a zombie, Lucio Fulci zombie. And then I started looking into his other films. And then other Italian horror. But that's one way to come through a door, huh? Very elegant. Could I take these guys out without using my grenade launcher? Yeah, but I got plenty of ammo for it. And they take a lot of shots, and the potential of them hitting me is actually quite high. Alright, anything? Anybody else come into play? I think we're good. Alright, we also make the ball molds. I'm so excited for this ball minigame. I don't know where it is, but I'll play it. Alright, now please let me out of here unscathed. They're definitely not. They are definitely gonna spring one more thing on me, I know it. What was that? See, I knew it. This game is like way too predictable. Ooh, that's one of the big boys. Okay. That guy is ready for the next Quake game. Oh shit. Lay it. Ah! What the heck was that? It didn't work, or what was that? Did it go off? Oh god. Jeez. Where is that mine? Did it go off? Wow, it did. I guess it just didn't do damage because he was around the corner. I don't think that interacted the way it was supposed to. L2 plus X. So what is that, the flashbang now? I don't know. I still don't understand how reloading works with these things. You gotta be kidding me. I'm out of mines. I am out of mines, but can I craft any? Oh my god. Oh, Jesus! Those things are unfazed. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Man, those guys are rough. If I didn't have these mines, boy, they would be resource drainers. Have I seen the movie They Live? Yep. I've seen that a couple of times. It's been a bit since I've last watched it, but I've seen that many times in the past. I re-signed back up for Disney Plus so I can watch the new Star Wars stuff they have on there. Star Wars Vision's been pretty good so far. I watched the first 4 episodes. Some of the better Star Wars related content that they have put out under Disney. What am I doing now? Oh, we should probably sell this stuff.
Ah, yes, yes. Your coin. Securing goods is more important than anything. Anything, my friend.
You know what? Yeah, we'll buy.
Aha!
These mines have been way too valuable. Rifle Magnum. I don't really use the sniper. Don't use that shotgun. I guess I'll just save this money. I guess I can buy... How am I doing on healing?
Till next we meet.
Got plenty of inventory space now. I got 8. We'll save it. We'll be good. But then again, how's my ammo? Oh, my shotgun ammo is actually pretty low. Hold on. I'll use the rest on shotgun ammo.
Yes, I can see why you'd be interested in that.
That's my handgun ammo.
Till next we meet.
It's good enough. Hopefully I get a chance to use the ball. Hopefully it's obvious where that is.
You really are a tough one. But I'm tired of chit-chat. Time to die.
Oh god, he's gonna bring back propeller guy, isn't he?
Someone's waiting for you.
Oh. Oh. Oh god. I even knew it was coming.
Out of my way!
Bro Train supplying the freaking crazy music. Thanks, Bro Train, for the 5 months. Damn, he just cut through the corner of the wall? Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. He just trapped me. Alright, think about
You
this.
really are a tough one. But I'm tired of chit-chat. Time to die. You can hear it, can't you? Someone's waiting for you.
This guy's gonna get fucked up. Just you wait. Ready? Oh yeah. He is going down.
I don't have time for this bullshit. Out of my way!
Come on. What is he, too smart? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, he's not dead. Wonder if that actually dealt more damage to him. Jesus. He's blinded, so he's going the wrong way. If only I knew that you had to shoot him in the back. Oh, shit. Yeah, he's breaking the walls. Flashbang really works well against him, huh? I'm tempted to reset though because I lost all those mines because obviously I know what you gotta do against him now. Damn. Honestly, he seems so much harder unless you're flashbanging him to run into a wall. Jeez.
Now stay down.
Oh, he's dead? Damn, that was a cool boss. Definitely, definitely some good lighting there. I kind of wasted my mines, but it's alright. We'll keep going. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. I realized too late that damaging him needed to be from behind. But now we know what happens when 5 mines go off at once. For anybody that wants to play Back 4 Blood once we're done with this tonight, I think I'm going to be doing the Swarm mode tonight. I want to try that, just so you know. Miranda is abominable. Her deceit knows no bound. We're merely a bunch of failed Cadeau experiments to her. I was lucky I had the affinity of the stuff to do this. Wait, I was lucky I had more affinity to this stuff than other poor smucks in the village, so she can still call me her son. What a joke. I'll never forgive her for what she did to me. A crazy bitch has never been right in my head. Can't see a difference between experiment and family. Miranda didn't just change my body, she took my dignity. If I didn't kill her, then my life will never be my own. Still, she may be crazy, but she's also powerful. She can turn into anyone using the megamycete. The trick is that brat Rose. If I could access her power, then maybe. Speaking of the kid's dad, Ethan has a pretty interesting body himself. Maybe I can get him to help me out. Yeah, I'm sure there won't be a ton of people looking to play Wafer. So, whoever hops in. I know Final wants to play. Final is around when I'm playing. I don't know where the next ball puzzle is. I hear a goat. It's near Duke. Did I already miss my chance to do it? Oh man, you gotta be kidding. Oh well. We press on. I'm not reloading for that. Oh, god damn it. It's not good. Make some more mines. I should probably look at my inventory here. You know, I'm really not using my knife anymore. So... I think what I'm gonna do is... Ooh, I am out of flashbangs. Keep that on the right, handgun top, mines bottom. The only other thing I can put on left that would make sense would be pipe bomb. $10 bullets. We're getting a little low. Oh, are they really just gonna let me leave here without those guys awakening in the crates? That would be nice. Oh, jeez, I almost backed off of that. I don't think you can, though. If I run into another one of those freaking Quake guys, I'm gonna be in trouble because I'm running low on good resources. Oh boy.
What the?
Magnets?
Not bad. Not bad. You're persistent. But I've got a rebellion. So stay out of it.
Ethan, you're wasting my ammo. Imagine if that actually used your ammo. Okay, definitely didn't see him going this route. Hey, Belias. Fellow boat line.
That bastard.
That rat bastard.
Damn it again.
Just when I thought I was getting places. Oh yeah, that was so Metal Gear Solid. And it is true, it's like he's in his own Metal Gear. He is like super psycho fantasy. Oh, hello.
I told you to leave it alone, Ethan. You are in the way.
What do you care, Chris? You killed my wife, you son of a bitch!
You think I killed Mia? That wasn't her.
Oh.
It was Miranda.
What?
Okay.
She's a bioweapon. She changed her appearance and pretended to be Mia.
And here I was thinking his wife
She
just
also
got
survived one
slaughtered.
shot, so now I'm here to finish the job.
Bullshit!
Interesting.
Why don't you fucking tell me right away?
That's a big
Because I
plot
knew
twist.
you would want to be involved. And this job is hard enough without civilians getting in the way.
Why
Swears
us,
my
Chris?
wife.
What the hell is going on?
All right, Ethan. All right. I guess I owe you an explanation. Hand me that wrench.
Okay.
Long story short, Miranda's fucking insane. In this village, all these monsters and freaks, this is her life's work. Some sort of crazy experiment with the mold.
The mold. Like Louisiana.
Hey, Mile.
God damn it. All this time, I thought I could save my family. I can't escape from here. I can't do anything.
That might not be true. Take a look at this. My men sent those pictures a few minutes ago.
Miranda.
Keep looking.
Rose. Holy shit, we gotta go!
Relax, my men are monitoring the situation.
But they have my daughter.
You don't get it, Ethan. You don't stand a chance against Miranda by yourself.
I'm wondering if Easton still thinks his daughter is like chopped up in those yellow containers, or if he actually thinks
Finish
she's
planting explosives.
somewhere else.
You take that elevator. I'll meet you topside. I promise you, we will get your daughter back. Together.
Damn straight we will. And when I find Miranda, she's a dead woman.
All right, Ethan.
Hello, can't wait.
Then you take this, and do me a favor. Try to stay under the radar.
Yeah, okay, good luck.
We can't turn back now.
What, are we gonna have a Gundam battle now? I'm alright with that. The sweep of the factory is complete. No proof of any connection with the organization. Guess this just wasn't our lucky day. Did manage to get my hands on a number of documents disclosing some of Miranda's experiments which support our previous theories. She seems to have infected herself with the mutisite, which has granted her a number of abilities, including mimicry. She can control her cells and transform herself to look like anyone or anything. She disguised herself as Mia and infiltrated the Winters' home. Her objective was clearly to kidnap Rose. Maybe she thought she can control Rose earlier if she looked like her mom. When we attacked, it put a little damper on her plans, so she mimicked a corpse. Oh. She then revived herself in the transport truck, killed everyone on board, and took off with Rose. Things didn't go the way she had originally planned, but in the end, she still got what she wanted. Until now, it's time to rendezvous and blow this place sky high. This might turn into a fight with Heisenberg, but I think I found something useful. He left one of his little toys laying around, and it's even made from a metal polymer composite, which she can't control. Time to turn the tables. Oh. Well, good. Hopefully this will save me some ammo. So am I supposed to drive this thing into the elevator, it looks like. Might give me another chance at the ball puzzle? I wonder. Probably not. Considering I just got a save point. Speaking of which, did I actually save? I don't think I did. Wow, that's a long hold.
Metal polymer composite, huh? Time to fight fire with fire. I'm coming, Rose.
Totally not what I was expecting. That's my guard, apparently. This is pretty hilarious. What does that say? Reloading, huh?
You're like a goddamn cockroach. You think you can take me on? Fine.
Wow, that's a long reload. Come on, hurry up.
I warm up before I kill that bitch. Let's settle this. Man a man. Your corpse will be another addition to my army.
Hurry!
Try harder. Show me what you got.
That reload!
You're stronger than you look.
Wow, they were really trying to push this with the rain, too. And I'm not seeing any slowdown. Crazy enough. Oh, I have a machine gun. Just my cannon has to reload. Whoops.
Oh, don't give up. Is Rose's daddy alright? Steal a rope! I need room!
Yeah, I'm sure if I look close enough, I'd see every reflection in the rain. Sure I would.
Thanks for waiting! So this is how probably long, huh? Don't die like the world's what?
I'll add this to my list of things I never thought I'd be doing in this game. But I kind of like it. It's a refreshing change of pace. And it looks amazing.
In the face of my steel glory! Guess I do have to thank that bitch Miranda for this. I'll kill her with the power she has.
Damn, I didn't block in time.
You're like a goddamn cockroach. You think you can take me on?
Oh, I think I have to manually, like, move the arm to block where I want to block.
Before I kill the bitch. Let's settle.
Wait, did it actually checkpoint me in the middle of the fight?
Your corpse will be another addition to my army. Having fun? Hey. What's wrong, Ethan? Oh, don't give up!
I've actually played Vampire Rain a couple years ago. 360 versions.
So this is the power of fatherly love, huh?
That game is very janky. It wasn't quite as bad as their reviews made it out to be. It was still bad, but the only reason Vampire Rain wasn't better was because it was too hard. Way too easy to die. Otherwise, it could have actually been alright. This game was brutally hard.
In the face of my steel glory!
Oh, crap.
Guess I do have to thank that bitch Miranda for this. I'll kill her with the power she gave me. That's what I call being a good son! Damn, you're in shit!
I don't think I can heal, can I? No.
I'll crush you like an egg! Oh, don't give up!
Ooh, good. I think the last one left is... Oh, no, never mind.
I felt spending years under the bitch's thumb. The villagers are nothing but a bunch of worthless peons.
Damn.
I'm a goddamn freedom fighter! I'll use your cute little dog to become more powerful than ever! Try hard. Show me what you've got.
Just to get him away from me.
The clock is ticking.
Is this actually checkpointing in the middle of the fight? I can't do anything. Okay, that looks good. We're in a cutscene, which is good. Oh shit, what the hell? What? Excuse me? Gotta mount them like Shadow of the Colossus.
Here we go, Ethan. The final stretch. Well, what do you think?
Let's see his weak
It's
spot.
hopeless, right?
Yeah.
Just give up. Flesh and blood will never win against me.
What is that?
This isn't David and Goliath.
I got explosive rounds.
It's Ethan and a bloody demise. Too bad I'm your only fan. Come on. Yeah.
Damn, they actually expect me to shoot this guy with regular ammo, huh?
Too bad I'm your only fan. Impressed? More, even more.
What the hell? I see red, I thought. Crazy.
Don't die like the world's watching.
Gotcha. I think that's his death animation. Oh god. Get away from me. Oh shit, what the hell?
You really should have taken my deal. You'll be frozen in the afterlife.
What a crazy fight.
Rose's power is what? Right after I murdered her. This can't be the end for me! I must kill her!
Michael Bay boss. My god. And here I just thought this guy would like transform into not a literal transformer, but like some kind of wolf.
What the hell happened?
I dealt with Heisenberg. Now I'm gonna find Miranda and get Rose back.
Not without me. It's too dangerous. Wait there, you hear me? Ethan?
Rose?
Ethan! Ethan, respond!
Mia?
Our child. She's so important, isn't she?
She's everything to me.
And mine to me. With Heisenberg gone, You've lost your lead. What are you going to do?
I don't know, but I'm saving Rose.
You'd never know, do you? Even when I took Mia's place in your home. Poor Ethan.
Who are you? Where's Rose? Miranda.
Enough. Remember Evelyn and her power over them all? Rose is her successor. No. Rose is Evelyn's true, complete form.
Alright.
She will grow to fully control the masses.
But is Rose...
Fuck
I mean,
you crazy bitch!
I felt like they've been implying that Rose is in those little containers, which is kind of gruesome.
Calm yourself. Rose will be saved.
But I guess not.
The megamycete catalogs all of us. However, she will be reborn as my daughter.
She's my child, not yours. Where are you? Show yourself!
Why did Rose come to be? Was it because of her parents? And you are truly a special case. But I've learned all I can.
So that was her too.
Your worth as a lab rat has run out.
Miranda! You coward! Come out and face me!
Don't worry. Your death will come quick. You will join the megamycete's records.
Just rip his heart
I
out.
will make sure to sample your blood for later. Once dawn breaks, the ceremony will be complete, and I will be.
I mean, there's definitely something special about Ethan if he's still alive.
Bound for eternity in blood. I've waited so long. But dreams really can come true.
Speaking of which, we had a
I
trip to Disney
can't
World
wait
next week.
to see my true child.
Give me my heart back and my daughter so we can be on our way.
Captain, I've confirmed the death of Ethan Winters.
Alright, roll
Wasn't able to
credits.
retrieve the body, but I've
Got the
recorded
bad ending.
evidence.
Share your screen, and I'll go over the situation. My team and I were careless. Yesterday, we took down the transformed Miranda, but we didn't kill her.
Who knew she could fake being a corpse?
Since Miranda could have infected Ethan, I forcefully took him and Rose with us. But the vehicle they were riding in was attacked.
Huh. I wonder if the plot
When I
twist
got
is
to the
now I'm
wreck,
actually going to play as Chris.
Ethan and Rose were gone. The last time I was able to contact Ethan, I heard Miranda's voice. She murdered him. And she is not gonna get away with it. God damn it, when does it end?
What's that, sir? The mission?
All of it. 3 years trying to put this thing in the ground. 3 years too long.
We'll get her, Captain. The squad's ready for you.
So BSAA.
This is more cutscene than the game has had up until this point. Like, there haven't been cutscenes
doesn't
this
change
long
anything.
since the start of the game.
Terminate Miranda and rescue Rose. That's the mission. And failure's not an option.
Let's have some fun, people. Like old times.
Move out.
Roger. Okay.
K9, I want to know what the hell BSAA is doing here. Find out what you can.
Roger that. I'm on it.
Been a while since we fought together, Captain.
Okay.
When was it last?
Guess Ethan is really dead.
Doing nothing but recon's gotten me out of shape.
But thanks to your recon, we know Miranda's plan.
Couldn't quite believe it when I heard she turned herself into Mia, though. Taking 5 shots to the head's nothing to sneeze at.
So all this stuff. Target locator dragoon.
Either. Spooky.
Okay. Now we're playing Call of Duty, apparently.
Hey, Alpha, look at this.
This game just continues to surprise, like, in things I would never expect.
Yes,
Like, who could have ever guessed you'd suddenly be doing this?
Christ.
It looks pretty rough down there. How are you planning on reaching the objective?
First, we're gonna have to take that thing out.
I've got your back, boss. Let's get to work.
Everyone watch for hostile bioweapons.
Roger.
Made contact with a group of hostile bioweapons.
There's more than we thought. Watch out.
Damn, there's quite a bit of click to this DualSense. Yeah, you're not so scary now. With these guns, wow, it's kind of hard to aim. Do I have backup, or am I all alone?
Roger that.
I think I'm all alone.
BSAA craft spotted. 2 guards. I can take them.
Don't get cocky.
Damn, what a crazy way to end this game, though.
What the hell is that thing? It's all megamycete.
That's probably where Miranda is. Let's go.
Are they actually with me? Nope. Yeah, you're nothing now. See, that makes you feel like super strong because you just remember how hard these things were to take out. Oh, God. See, there's still Lord of the Rings parallels like we were talking about last stream. Because now we're pretty much like Aragorn, just kind of like rushing into the orcs at Helm's Deep. I like how they've color-coded the ammo drops, though. It's quite nice. Oh god, no, I don't like this. Now we're Outlast. Damn, imagine what a freaking current gen Outlast game is gonna look like with these kind of graphics. I'll pass on that, thanks very much.
Mirage, I need some backup.
I see you.
Call in the airstrike. Legolas, put that bow down. Where's my backup? I think we're okay. Damn, look how much ammo I have for this. The lighting out here just looks crazy. Man, I'd play a whole entire Resident Evil game that looked like this. Oh god. Wow, he went down. Quick. Okay, never mind. It's just such a genius way to end the game. Just like all the enemies that you've struggled to deal with, even just 1 versus 1 in the beginning of the game. And being scared to go through this village. And enemies that like would take up all of your resources. Now you just deal with them in 2 seconds. God, the color and the lighting out here. I'm sure I'm not missing a drop.
I've reached the target location. Damn, this is big. All right, Lobo. Marking the target.
Roger that, boss. Reloading now. Just a minute. There's a swarm headed that way.
Oh god. Jeez.
Okay, Captain. Ready when you are.
Give me a second here.
The mold is rapidly expanding. There must be something stimulating. PSA, guys. You're right. The captain thinks we have megamycete 2. It takes a minute to target the point. Try and keep the
Hurry up.
running as long as you can. How many are there? Everyone okay?
I love how the blast knocks them down. In sync.
Hold your horses. I'm reloading.
Oh shit. Okay, everybody come this way. That's it. Funnel in here. Oh my god, they are coming quick. Oh boy. We gotta hold them off until freaking Frodo can make it there. Oh shit. Shit. I can't even hear any of their radio chatter. Shut up. You see what I'm dealing with here? Excuse me? Damn, got some snipers.
Take that.
Good. Megamycete must be below. I found a way down. I'm going in, the rest of you stay back.
Captain, I compared the mold at the village with a sample from the bakers, and there's no sign of the genome editing we saw in the E-series. The stuff originated here.
What else do I have? Oh my god. Okay, that's pretty much all I have, but it's a lot. That is a lot of ammo. Hello? You again? Okay, yep.
Guarding the megamycete, huh?
So this is essentially going to be some, like, a mini boss rush. That's a cool idea.
I got a tough guy here. I'm gonna need backup.
Boss, you're underground.
There's an opening in the roof. Use it.
Okay.
Oh god.
Hold until I get there.
I don't think I'm supposed to damage this guy. I think I'm just supposed to survive. I don't think, at least. Maybe in the back. Oh, in the back. Okay. Such a small arena.
Good. I'll signal with the locator.
Give a guy a break.
Nice. Thought so.
It's very dark down here, by the way. You guys probably can't see much. I don't know if my healing is infinite or what.
Okay, Captain. Ready when you are.
I should probably stand away from this, right? Oh god. Quickly! Damn, that was close.
Hold your horses.
Oh, he's dead.
I'll keep going.
They still gave me the
Rest
crystal,
of
huh?
you, stay above ground.
Interesting. They didn't do that for anything else. Maybe more so as a collectible. That used half my ammo.
So if Miranda was the fake Mia, where's the real one? I doubt she saw any further use for her. I don't get any of this. How did Miranda even know Rose exists?
A moldy little bird told her, maybe?
We can figure that out later. Focus on the plan. I found it. It's the megamycete. Alpha to squad.
I don't know, I'll let you know when I'm done with it, Sleepy.
So now we can end this mess after all.
About damn time. N2 explosives armed. There's enough there to blow the whole village sky high.
Let's get out of here and blow the damn place.
Not before I end Miranda. I'm not taking any more chances. I'm going in.
Roger that. Standing by. Captain, I have eyes on Miranda at the ceremony site.
Keep your distance. Do not move until I give the order.
I know it's too late now, but we really should have told Ethan the plan.
There wasn't time. We didn't expect Miranda to act so soon.
Plus, it would have spoiled
Even
the
so,
plot twist.
You should have told him.
Yeah. This must be Miranda's lab.
Hopefully Miranda uses a typewriter.
So they're using this to control the bioweapons.
Even though, honestly, the checkpoints here probably negate the use of a typewriter. Dear Miranda, my deepest apologies for not meeting you in person. I would like nothing more than to visit your quaint village once more. However, I'm incredibly busy. Oh god, is this coming from Mia? Then again, I suppose for an immortal woman such as yourself, you no longer remember this poor half-dead medical student in the snow. I have always cherished the revelations I came to 15 years ago when I stayed in your village. I was inspired by research to think one could transform a human by infecting them with an organism, positively visionary. I know that with the knowledge I could achieve my own vision for the next step in human evolution. Even after 2 world wars and humanity on the cusp of another, my conviction never wavered. I realized, however, through the many nights of intellectual talks you and I shared, that your conviction differed from mine. You hoped to bring back a single dead person while I aimed to change the world. Your experiments on the mold would not have aided me in my endeavors to achieve an exponential infection. I thought a virus would be more effective. This is why, my dear, I had to leave you. I still regret never telling you goodbye. My apologies for reminiscing. I actually have news that I thought might please you. I have the key to evolution, the progenitor, a virus found in Africa. I'm assuming that's... I'm assuming this is all connecting the previous Resident Evils, but yeah, I am not the person to be able to understand all this for Resident Evil lore. I plan to start a company with friends and colleagues dedicated to the virus's research. We'll call Umbrella, just like the symbol in the cave that we spoke about. I am one step closer to making my vision a reality. I will help you achieve your goals someday too. Tell me so much that I will forever be in your debt. Oswell Spencer.
Spencer, here. No way.
I should have just opened up an umbrella company. Would have been so much better off. Rains a lot, people always need umbrellas. My Eva. It's been 100 years since I lost you to the Spanish flu. I was so powerless back then. But now I can bring you back to life with the... How do they say it? Megamycete? I had to test your new vessel regenerative abilities. I took her apart and revived her in the megamycete regulator, the giant's chalice. All that is left is to merge her with the megamycete. The ceremony can finally begin. After I lost you, I was so stricken with grief that I wandered into a cave to die, so I wanted to be with you again, and that's when I found out the megamycete completely by accident. When I touched the black substance, my mind was overcome with knowledge. The megamycete breaks down and absorbs the consciousness of those who have perished. I know that if your consciousness was in there too, it would be that way to bring you back, but I just needed the right vessel. When I returned to the village, I implanted the villagers' mold in the megamycete. That way I can control them, experiment on them. I have experimented on hundreds of people just to find you the perfect vessel. I've even tried to increase the efficiency of finding a vessel by creating a parasite called the Cadeau. Yet none of my experiments came to fruition. There were some, like Alcina, who were very close to being perfect, but turned into lichens. I was once approached by an organization who said they would assist me. I gave them some of the mold and your DNA. What they all created was just another defect, Eveline. Then again, not a complete failure. I learned of Rose thanks to them, and I knew she would be the perfect vessel. There was some interference, but I was able to verify her suitability, and now my research is finally complete. Eva, I've waited too long to see you again. Seems like this is the room where Resident Evil lore experts go crazy.
Show me your hands!
That's the real me.
This is Alpha. Where is Miranda right now?
Still at the ceremony site. Whatever she's doing, she's staying put.
God damn. It really is you. I'm glad you saved me. Why are you here?
I was caught and used in experiments.
Wait, did you say Mia? Mia Winters?
In the flesh. What's the situation up there?
Kind of a war going on. Nothing we can't handle.
Don't get distracted. Stick to the mission. I'm headed to the ceremony site.
Wait! You can't leave me here. You promised, damn it! You said that you would keep us safe. We did everything that you asked. We
Keep
moved
it
over
safe.
here, everything.
Keep it secret.
And I didn't care. So long as we were together. So you
Telling
tell
you, the
me,
Lord of the Rings lore in here is
where
strong.
is my husband? Where is my daughter?
Ethan is... He's gone. I couldn't save him. But I can save Rose. Come on. It's not safe here after all.
What do you mean he's gone?
He's dead. I'm sorry, Mia, but we have to leave. We have to destroy this village.
No! You're wrong.
Honestly, I expected Ethan to have some crazy powers or something when he got his heart torn out that would keep him alive. Because one of the notes said
You don't understand how special
his
he
body
is
is interesting too. Wait. Is she referring to Ethan? See, I told you. Now he's gonna turn in the freaking Super Saiyan 2 Ethan.
What's going on? Someone there? It's cold.
Instead of being referred to as Ethan, he's now XXXSSJ3 Ethan 420.
How did I get here? God, it's freezing. This shit in my body.
Yeah, thank you for visualizing it in chat, Joe.
You're so dumb.
Evelyn? How are you here?
You're dead.
Dead? I mean, Miranda. She... no. I still have to save Rose.
Wrong! It wasn't Miranda. You were always dead.
What are you saying? I can still...
See? Miranda didn't kill you. You mean you didn't think it was weird? No matter how much you got hurt?
I mean, I thought it was kind of weird, honestly.
Remember.
So I've been infected with mold the whole time, essentially.
The Baker house. You were murdered by Jack. You died there 3 years ago.
That's impossible. No way.
Okay, so
Shouldn't even be able to walk around.
did his death happen at the end of the game or like midway through 7?
You shouldn't be walking.
Screw you!
Right at the beginning? Because I don't remember how 7 started.
What happened?
Interesting. That makes playing through 7 now for people probably way more interesting.
Rose. Mia.
You know, the funny thing is, it pretty much... It's like when you play through 7 and you're getting shot and hit by all these axes and everything, and you're just like, alright, he's somehow still alive. Like, you know, the video gaminess of it kind of like adds the lore to that.
Now do you get it? Your whole body is nothing but mold. You can't ever see your family again.
Family. Family. No. Rose. I have to.
Yeah, it totally explains the whole severed hand put together with first aid medicine. Which I thought was pretty hilarious.
I will save Rose!
This game is very cutscene heavy at the end, huh?
At last, he awakes.
Oh, didn't expect to see you again.
Where am I?
My carriage, Ethan. You were
I didn't think
having
they'd
a
actually tie him into the story like this.
Duke?
Your battle with Heisenberg was a sight to see. But to think Miranda would show herself.
How long have I been out?
Not long till dawn.
Plot twist, I now get to control Duke and his carriage
I need a favor.
in a getaway sequence.
Take me to Miranda.
I assumed as much and am already on the way.
It's the only way this game
Should
can be
arrive
11
shortly.
out of 10.
Thank you.
Outrun
Ethan,
with Duke.
Are you sure of this? Your body is, well, falling apart.
Yes.
Foolish of me to ask.
Speaking of foolish questions, who or what are you?
Even I can't quite answer that. We're here.
I owe you one.
Mr. Winters, I'm afraid you can't return to your old world any longer.
I like the mystery behind
Are
him.
you ready?
Yeah. I have to be. I gotta go.
Okay, give me all the free ammo. Can't run, understandably. Now the shitty part is, I've actually got to deal with this final part with low resources. Oh, I can't give him any more animal meat. I never got those final upgrades. Wait. One last shop.
As you wish.
Yeah, I never quite able to finish some of these.
Your journey nears its end. How about some reckless spending to finish it off?
I should have taken it as a hint when they gave me the crystal for this guy. Because it's like, well, what the hell am I going to do with that? Ethan's dead. So in a way, that was kind of a spoiler. Alright, time to sell everything.
Oh, the assemblage of life and machine. I can feel Lord Heisenberg's essence through it.
Okay, I should probably buy first aid. I should probably load up on ammo.
I see. Anything else? Uh-huh.
This is a new gun, isn't it? Fully automatic machine pistol capable of even greater firepower after customization. Can't afford any of these. I sold it? No, I think what this does is it means I probably never found it, and now they're offering me the ability to buy it.
Aha!
I don't think it's gonna be worth it, is it? 200. I mean...
Choose wisely. Your life may depend on it.
Can't afford this. I guess I could pick up this handgun. P61. I can't get any of the upgrades for it, though, is the thing. I'm not going to be able to afford any of this. I mean, I could sell my current handgun. You know what? Let's go with this. Oh, crap. Okay, hold on. Let me save before I mess this up.
Be well.
Thanks.
Preparation is more important now than ever before. Amat Victoria Coram.
Should be able to get a ton for this.
Do take care selecting your weapons. I hope we meet again someday.
I'm not done yet.
Do you have sufficient weapons and items? Unfortunately, it looks like you lack the space for that.
Okay. Little sloppy, but okay, we're done. How do we confirm?
Yes, I can see
Right,
why you'd
now...
be interested in that.
Where's the upgrade for this? Wait, I thought he was selling the upgrades for that. Red dot sight for the shotgun. Oh, V6 custom. Greatly increases firepower. I think I can get both of the. Yeah, I can get both of these. Wait, it didn't ask me to equip that.
I'm a merchant. This will be my last time watching you walk away.
Well, don't make me cry now, Duke. Wait, examine? I thought I just bought the V61. Oh my god, I bought a shotgun? Shoot. I thought I bought a handgun. I bought the wrong weapon. I thought I read that as a semi-automatic. Gotta be shitting me. I gotta reload. That's why I saved, in case I did something stupid like that.
I gotta go.
Naturally.
Alright, let me just double check what he's selling.
Because of all this commotion, I've lost an entire territory to transact in.
Wait. What the heck did I end up buying? Powerful semi-automatic machine pistol. What did I end up buying? I bought this instead. Shoot. I didn't even realize.
Oh my, it won't fit in your bag.
Yeah, I mean, I could buy that shotgun, but I think in terms of the upgrades, it just makes more sense to buy this instead. Because my shotgun right now is kind of fine.
Oh, excellent choice.
Alright, and now... Oh, right, Wait, I sold the... How do I not have enough money to... The heck? How did I do this last time? Oh, I hadn't sold this yet.
Choose wisely. Your life may depend on it.
Alright, so we want this. Wait, SYG. That's the new shotgun, right? Okay, yeah, we don't want that. We want... this. That thing looks ridiculous. This. That looks even more ridiculous, but hey. Okay, I don't think I need any of that. Now we upgrade. Whatever I can upgrade. 50,000 just to upgrade the damage by 10? Man. I mean, that'll add up. But what is most important? Rate of fire, reload speed, or ammo capacity? I think honestly the damage will go further. And I can get reload speed. Oh, I can get rate of fire too, we'll do that. Alright, that is it. Weird. Lead dry.
It was truly a pleasure doing business with you.
Wait, what the hell is this? What gun is this? This is my shotgun? Okay. Just didn't... I'm not used to seeing it reload. I'm like, what the heck? Because I thought for a second I had my handgun equipped. Alright, so we got handgun, shotgun. Man, my shotgun bullets, though. Can I craft anything? No, not really.
Naturally.
I am tempted. Can I sell anything to get more handgun bullets? Or, shotgun bullets? I bought them all. Okay. Do I have possible meals? I don't.
Be our last meeting. Be sure you. This is goodbye.
Pipe bomb. That's good. This. I got 3 shots, so I might as well keep it. I guess pipe bomb on left is the best thing. Either that or my sniper. Sniper's so weak, though. Sorry. I haven't really upgraded this thing. Alright. That's our last shop. You know the funny thing about this final area? It looks like it's from the fairy tale. Like, it looks like it's straight out of a fairy tale. Which is funny considering that's the way the game starts, with a fairy tale book. Imagine if they pulled an RPG move where, like, you walk in here and you find the gun that you just bought. Can't run, by the way. Wonder if they put anything in here. Nope. Okay. Something tells me those hallways are not there just for show. Something is definitely gonna attack here. Yep.
Out of my way.
And I can't just run by them, so... I mean, maybe I can. Oh, I can run now.
Gotta keep going.
Ah, little Ava, my beautiful daughter. Come to me. Ava, is that you? Oh, how I've missed you. What? My power is leaving me!
Rose! Miranda!
Interesting. Your body certainly isn't normal.
Give Rose to me! Now!
You will see. Once I kill you properly, everything...
Get her now!
Alright, roll credits.
Let go!
I've spent a lifetime creating this moment. And you try to take it away from me. I will take what is due.
Oh boy, they got the freaking crazy chanting music. You know this shit's gonna be crazy.
Rose is mine!
What the fuck?
You fulfilled
It's like
your
Parasite Eve.
purpose, Mr. Winters.
God, that gun
You
sucks.
disposed of my false children and awakened the glorious megamycete. Now, please do not worry for little Rose. I assure you I'll provide her with true happiness. So now you can die peacefully.
No music, huh?
I'm not letting you get away.
How about this?
Interesting choice to have this have no music.
There's nothing. I shall finish this.
Shit. She created a shield for me to stand behind. How nice of her. Is this glitched out, or is this supposed to, like, not have music? Pretty sure there should be music. Just feels so weird. I'm gonna die on purpose.
Here I come.
That feels too weird
Rose is truly mine.
without music.
Ah, little Ava, my beautiful. You fulfilled your purpose, Mr. Winters. You disposed of my false children and awakened the glorious megamycete.
I have no music.
Don't worry for the Rose. I assure you I'll provide her with true happiness. So now you can die peacefully and permanently.
Well, that sucks. I mean, I could try quitting out.
Ah, little Ava, my beautiful daughter. Come to me.
I'm going to not skip this and see if that like fixes it.
You?
Just because it's kind of lame to get to the final boss and have music.
How I've missed you. What?
Music was playing until my first gunshot. Maybe the gun that I used did that.
My power is leaving me.
Rose!
So wait, it's a bug that like as soon as you fire your gun, the music cuts out? Is that just what happens? Okay, I won't fire my gun then.
You fulfilled your purpose, Mr. Winters. You disposed of my false children and awakened the glorious days.
Maybe I need to... Yeah, there's the choir kids I've been waiting for. They're back.
I assure you,
Put my mind down.
her with true peace. So now you can die.
Alright, now don't mute.
You were truly a wonder.
Now I'm getting myself into trouble. Whoops.
You fulfilled your purpose, Mr. Winters.
Okay, let the music play first.
You disposed of my false children and awakened the glorious megamycete. Now, please do not worry for little Rose.
Nah, we haven't heard the choir kids since freaking Obscure 2. It's been a while. Choir kids are a little grown up in this version, though.
I'm not letting you get away.
You understand the love of a parent to a child. How can you deny me?
Why the hell can't you realize Rose is my goddamn kid, not yours?
I shall put you to rest. Saved me from the pits of despair. It granted me this splendid power.
Yeah, right. All it's done is drive you nuts.
Sniper rifle ammo. Oh boy. Oh shit. Almost out of shotgun. Oh no, not what I wanted to equip. What?
After all, everyone dies. Oh, great megamycete, hear my prayer!
Pretty impressed that the frame rate doesn't really drop here. Man, the rate of fire on this thing is so slow. I think I was better off keeping my other handgun, honestly.
Now, Mr. Winters, I think it's time you left things in my hands. Oh, rest now.
The hell I will.
I will.
I think the damage per second would have been faster with the other one. Because I was able to unload that thing like a freaking machine gun.
Die, 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 die. I understand your feelings, Mr. Winters. True. But this is... If I combine Rose with a megamycete, my daughter will be made manifest at last!
Oh shit, it's returnal time.
A century! All for this day!
This handgun sucks. It feels so wimpy too, it's like a little pea shooter. How much health do I have? Yeah, we ain't got gonna risk that. Give me my shotgun ammo.
Why do you interfere? Surely you have no need of Rose now. So close to death.
She's my goddamn daughter, you psycho!
Curse this ramshackle village. I can take any form I desire. A bird.
No, but what I'm saying is the other one isn't meant for full auto either. But you can upgrade it to the point where it kind of feels like full auto. Which is why this new one sucks, because it's not upgraded. Also, this song kind of sucks. It was not worth the effort.
How about this?
Lockpick? Lockpick her heart and just, you know, persuade her to give up Rose, maybe? Pipe bomb.
I will take back my daughter!
Yeah, I don't know why they keep giving me sniper ammo. Seems like the worst weapon for this fight.
Die! The villagers, those four Nietzsche, they could do nothing to assuage my years of loneliness.
Ever think the problem might be you, Miranda? You're not a real one.
This is how you end the winters. To ensure I never see your face again.
Damn, there's some particles right there. Just die already. Damn, I thought she had me there. I tried to heal and it didn't work.
My daughter! My Ava!
That was a cool fight. I would argue that it's actually one of the weaker fights in the game. I think all the boss fights that precede that are way more grand. And the music was also like, I don't know, expected more out of the music for that, but it's still a cool fight. Visually, I mean, crazy particles in there.
It's all right, Rose.
I'd say that's actually the weakest boss fight in the game. Oh no. 30 days of nighttime.
Ethan! Ethan! Come on, Ethan. Come on, Ethan, wake up.
Chris.
Ethan. You did it. It's finished.
I think we've finished each other.
It's funny how little they show this guy's face.
We gotta move.
Wait, are they not showing his face on purpose? I was gonna say, it's like these cutscenes are really awkward. Because I was thinking back, I'm like, wait, I don't remember ever seeing this guy's face.
Keep moving, Ethan. There's a bomb in that thing that'll blow this whole village sky high. Hey, look at me. When I hit this trigger, we can't be anywhere near it. Ah, damn it. Mia's waiting for you. She's alive, you hear me? Alive.
Mia. I'm so sorry. I love you. Keep Rose safe.
Hey, hey. Hey.
Why do I feel like Rose is gonna be like the main
Come on,
character
it's
in
not that
Resident
much
Evil
further.
9, maybe?
Watch over her.
Ooh, that's gruesome.
Teach her to be strong. God damn it. Goodbye, Rosemary.
Ethan.
That's still supposed to be Miranda, huh?
Rose?
I don't know, he was standing
Go.
pretty far away from that
Go,
thing
take us
for
up
that
now.
blast to do with anything.
Wait! Where's Ethan?
Get moving. We have to get clear.
No! We can't go, not without my husband!
Mia, sit down and strap in.
Not before you tell me where Ethan is. I know he wouldn't abandon us. Tell me what's going on. Where?
Okay, I take it back. That blast is pretty powerful. It's quite the grenade there. Whatever the hell that thing was.
What was that?
I told you to sit down.
Where is he? Chris? What have you done?
He's gone. I tried. He stayed so we could all escape.
Wouldn't it be crazy if
sorry.
Resident Evil 9 you play as Chris and it ends up that Mia goes crazy and convinces Rose
You need to see this.
to join her and they become the main villains?
BSAA didn't send soldiers. This is a bioweapon.
The hell were they thinking?
You know, her infection comes back.
Orders, Captain.
Pick up the rest of the squad. Plot a course for BSAA Europe HQ. Someone's got to pay.
Yeah, Ethan's still alive, don't worry. Guy's unkillable, right? Mold spores never go away, so it just disperses and little by little the mold will reconvene itself. Story time. So I'd like to see a movie or a game done in this style for Resident Evil, like a spin-off. Wouldn't that be crazy? Oh, this is the repeat of the starting. Yeah, this looks familiar. But it was something new. Yeah, I'm waiting until after the credits. Those post-credit stingers. And listen to these lyrics. I'd much rather have a game end dark in a horror game than happily ever after. You don't play horror games to feel good at the end, you know? So having them end as dark as possible is preferred. Plus, I'm used to getting bad endings at this point. This was like the happiest ending of the month, based on the other endings I've had in other games. It feels so hard to compare this to other Resident Evils. It's like, it just feels weird for me to be like, oh yeah, this game is better than, you know, of the ones I've played. Let's just say, oh yeah, this game's way better than Resident Evil 2 Remake. It's like, how do you even compare these games? They're so different. It's like a completely different kind of game. I think eventually people will start differentiating. You know, comparing this to 7 is definitely more manageable, but comparing this to a classic Resident Evil, it's like, how do you even begin to do that? Thought it was really fun, though. Great pacing. Going into this game, not looking at any spoilers.
The girl was trapped inside a mirror.
What is this? Is this new?
Had searched all day and at last arrived. With rampant rage, Father fought the witch, while Mother's loving touch shattered the dark enchantment. But the witch was strong, and Father yelled, "Save our daughter!" So Mother bore their child to safety as the forest was consumed.
Well, I mean, Mia really didn't do that in that fight, but okay.
Even now, the burnt forest is a grim reminder of Father's sacrifice. To this day, any child who stares too long into the charred wasteland will be haunted by nightmares of getting lost while picking berries. Hello,
Something tells me that end cutscene thing was done before the main game scenario was completed, because that's not accurate. That's not what happened. Yeah, I mean, great game. Going into this with really, really minimal expectations or knowledge was the best way. Because had I gone and, say, watched some streams and saw that this game had, like, all these different locations or crazy spectacular boss fights, would have ruined it. Going into this only knowing that you're in, like, that village at the start, and then eventually you get to a castle, I honestly thought the whole game was going to be in that castle. I had absolutely no idea that it would go outside the castle. So that was one of the best parts, is that it kind of broke free of that molds. And it was very refreshing going through the game. It's kind of hard for me to compare it to what I played as 7, though, because what I played as 7 was in VR, and that's in a league of its own. So really, I want to just kind of like think of this game as its own thing. It's just really fun to think back. It really feels like an adventure through this game. Just trying to recall where you started. And then it all comes full circle at the end when Chris comes in. It's really fun to think about that. I honestly think my favorite part was the castle. As I'm assuming it's probably a lot of people's favorite part. Mostly just because the castle was such an amazing contrast between going in and outside. That whole thing between going into the castle and then you venture out onto a balcony and you get this like crazy awesome shot of the castle in the daytime or something. That was really, really impressive for me. I like that a lot. It just made it feel like almost like a Castlevania game. Favorite boss fight was probably... Yeah, I definitely think it's Miranda. Or, not Miranda, sorry. That's the worst boss fight. Lady D. Because that was, like, such a surprise how cinematic that fight was. It was an awesome set piece. And even just taking out the aspect of, like, alright, it's the first fight, so maybe you're kind of, like, riding the highs of the fight. No, it's still the best fight in the game, I think. Just because it felt like you were fighting a cutscene. It didn't feel scripted at all in terms of like how a boss would normally behave in a game. And it was one of the most refreshing things about this game is how much of it took place in the daytime. We need more horror games that take place in the day. You don't always have to have everything at night or in the dark. As much as I love the doll sequence, I think that boss fight was too easy for me. Like, it was just over too quickly. I love the concept of finding the doll hidden amongst the other dolls. I think I would have appreciated that boss fight a bit more if maybe I died on it a couple times, but it was just like, by the time it started, it was already over, and I didn't even understand what the threat was. That whole sequence in that house, though, probably still my favorite overall moment. One of my favorite overall moments was finding that house on the waterfall. I almost wish the game didn't spoil it for you. You know, when they do that opening montage where they show you all the bosses and they're like, okay, here's their lair. I really wish they wouldn't have given you that glimpse, because it kind of gives you an idea of where the game will eventually bring you. But yeah, that whole mansion was like playing PT, which was pretty awesome. Definitely a 100% nod to PT in there. And it was scary. I mean, I know for some people this game is probably not scary at all because you're used to playing horror games for fun, or, you know, you just didn't find it scary, but I found this game had a lot of really tense moments. The werewolf village in the beginning, when they all started hunting me and stuff, oh my god, that was nerve-wracking. Of course, by the end of the game, the Lycans are like, whatever, they don't really intimidate you anymore. But I thought the beginning sequence in the village, when you first arrive there and you hear the wolves like scurrying around and they start breaking into the houses, I mean, that was ripped straight out of a horror movie, and it just felt so tense. That was a very standout moment for me too. Just not knowing what to expect, where the game was going with that. I actually avoided one of the biggest jump scares in the game by walking backwards into the baby. I walked backwards into the baby and then I turned around and then the jump scare happened. Was there actually a jump scare that didn't happen because I walked in backwards? Listen, my sixth sense for how this game has triggers was too strong. I predicted so many things, and I knew there would be something when I walked in that hallway. I'll answer that in a second, creature.
Touch the moon? Nobody can touch the moon. It's too far away. Wait, what if he has a rocket ship?
Told you, villain's
Okay,
next game.
Then you can touch it, but it'd be very, very cold.
Either that or she's the protagonist, which is way more likely.
You were being silly. I don't think the moon feels like
It does. But if...
So I guess it's safe to say that she's probably going to be the protagonist in 9, and she's going to have some crazy powers. I really hope they don't go that route with Resident Evil, though. Like, what is she going to be doing?
Hey, Dad.
Firing Kamehamehas?
Happy birthday. Sorry I missed last week. I have a lot of tests coming up. You know how it is.
DLC add-on? Yeah, probably.
The goddamn devil. Duty calls. I love you.
Yeah, I found her. Where else? Today of all days. We have a situation. You're needed, Evelyn.
Don't you ever call me that again.
Whoa, it's just a joke, Rose.
I can show you things even Chris doesn't know I can do.
See, told you she's gonna be crazy.
We have a clear shot. Stand down. I can handle it. She's just a kid.
Way to keep it together, Rose.
You're a lot like him, you know?
I know.
This is very Uncharted 4-esque. The silhouette of a person is Ethan's model in the background. I didn't even notice it. I was kind of just daydreaming. So I guess he's going to come back as a ghostly apparition. Man, it feels like 9 is going to be way different than people are ready for, with what they're alluding to here with her. Oh god, please don't tell me how poorly I did. See, and this is why How Long to Beat is so inaccurate. I did a 7-hour stream, a 5-hour stream, and then this was 2 hours. It took me 14 hours to beat the game, and they say 11. Just under 11. So yeah, it's obviously it's not counting retries and deaths, or even to that matter, I don't think I had many deaths that lost 3 hours of progress. So I just think the in-game time for this is inaccurate. That's why How Long to Beat is never accurate for a lot of games that use in-game timer. Village of Shadows. Yeah, no thanks. I'll save myself from that stress. It's cool that they have all this stuff though for people for replay. My god. Challenge completed. You completed the following challenges. Okay. Man, I never got to do my ball rolling games. That's a shame. Well, that was fun. Game was definitely way better than I was expecting. So to answer your question, Creature, I don't know. I don't think I'd want to make the claim that I was the first person streaming retro games on Justin TV. I highly doubt that, but I'm sure the amount of people that were streaming... First of all, the amount of people that were streaming games on Justin TV when I first started streaming on there was... You can count them on 2 hands, probably. Maybe 4 hands or so. But I didn't, like, keep closely monitoring people on there. There could have been somebody that streamed games for, like, 1 viewer for who knows how long. So who knows? Yeah, I don't know. But there certainly weren't many people that were streaming games when I started on there. Which is why I had to choose the screen name Pete's Game Room to let people know that I streamed games, because it was so rare to see somebody have the ability and know how to stream games, because people forget. Back in Justin TV, there was no such thing as OBS. There was no such thing as XSplit. You were dealing with, like, I don't even know what it was called. It was like some crazy program that you had to... I don't even know how to explain it. It's like all a distant memory, but let me tell you, streaming games back then was not freaking easy. Very high barrier to entry, so not a lot of people did it. So anyway, we're gonna switch to 2009. Yeah, I started my account January 2009. We're gonna do Back 4 Blood for 2 hours, and then depending how I feel after that, I might have one more game for you guys after that too. Depending on how I feel. To finish off the night. Flash Media Encoder, that's probably what it was. That sounds familiar. Yeah, and I just remember that being a real pain in the ass to figure out. Filming your TV. Almost nobody did that for streaming. The quality was just too poor, because don't forget, back then you were dealing with really shitty webcams, so the quality was almost unbearable if you were streaming a webcam. Like, you couldn't even make out what was going on, essentially. I did that when I couldn't stream off my PC, because I didn't, like, have a powerful enough PC to stream at the same time, and also because I had one monitor, so I had to, like... I didn't have any screen space because I just had the one monitor. I actually, when I streamed Amnesia, I put Amnesia on my TV from my PC. And then I streamed my TV. I don't even know, I don't remember how I did it, but I streamed my TV with a webcam off my TV, and that stream is actually still on my YouTube channel. You can still find it if you search PeteDorr Amnesia. My first Amnesia playthrough. It's really jank because it's off-screen capture, and the audio is ever so slightly out of sync, but if you want to watch me play Amnesia for the first time, it's there, just in poor quality. Alright, I'm gonna go to my break screen because I actually have to, like, swap consoles and do a couple of things. So I'll be like 5 minutes. We'll swap to Back 4 Blood. I'm going to probably play Swarm mode tonight. I'm really curious to see how that mode is. And then when we're done with Back 4 Blood, we'll potentially play a third game.